get some numbers. I'm going to share the post now as well.
Cool. All right, guys, to those of you who've joined us, just wait for a few more people to enter the room. We got to.
I can't share it for some reason.
Yeah, I can see that. That's strange, isn't it?
Can you share it? Yeah.
No, I got no share button on there.
That is strange. Why can't that happen? Because that means no one else can share it either.
I got a share button on my phone. I know, but you can only share it via Messenger, is it?
That's really bizarre.
Okay, guys, just waiting for a couple more people to join us. Yeah, that is. And what?
No, if you go into the video, then it's there. Sorry, guys, while we we sort that stuff out.
Yeah, you'd think we'd be pretty good at this by now, but
yeah,
that's not the case.
You can copy the link. That's all you can do. That's strange. So
that's strange, isn't it?
Let's share it. Tell me what we're doing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We got our good friend with us, Eddie T, this month, who was the guest on our podcast episode.
What's up, man?
What's happening?
So yeah, get your questions in. Yeah, say hello to us. Let's see who's there as well. And amateurs. Okay, guys. So yeah, just to let the first few in know, I mean, the regulars will know this already, but if you click the link in the post above the video, when you comment, your name will appear. So if you want your name to appear in the comments, then otherwise, when we click it, we've just got that. So amateurs, yeah, well, I'm not sure who that's from. So, all right, cool. So do us a favor, guys. Those who are there, have you got a share button? Are you able to share this? Because we don't have the share button there, so I'm not sure why that's not appeared.
It's there, but it only lets you copy the link, which is maybe that's got something to do with the setup that I've done.
It could be. I'm blaming you. Yeah.
Cheers, thanks.
Hey, Lloyd,
it may be a bit more of a pain this time, but if you can copy the link and share on your page, that would be great. Let the world know that we are live and we have the man like Mr. Eddie T. Woo!
Famous Edward. Yeah. Yeah. So, for everyone who's joined us so far, who's heard episode 10 of the podcast so far? Let us know, and let us know what you think as well. Let us know what you think of the interview, the guest mix.
Yeah, which one's better, the guest mix or the mini mix?
Afternoon, Aaron. Amateurs is from Mr. Lloyd. I'm guessing
you're the amateur, mate. We haven't got your name on screen. What's going on? Click that link. Click that link. You should know you're the pro.
Yeah, click that link in the post. We only have the copied link and share to inboxes. That's weird. We're going to have to look into that. I'm not sure what's changed though. Afternoon, Mr. Poston.
Massive involved.
3 times today already.
Happy Saturday with me. Hey, Haley, how's it going? Cool. All right, good. Well, there's a few people in the room. So, yeah, while we're waiting for you to get some questions in, yeah, like I said, let us know who's heard episode 10. I tell you what, I'm going to chuck the link for episode 10 in the comments as well. So if you haven't heard it, don't go and check it out now, obviously. But yeah, make sure you go and listen later. Perfect Saturday night listening.
Hey, Mr. Robert Jericho's in the building.
Good stuff.
Get ready for the obscure questions, Edmund.
Yeah, we've got a couple of the Banter Kings there ready, haven't we?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
questions, guys. If you've got any questions for Ed, then get them fired into the comment box. It can be serious questions, it can be banter questions, whatever floats your boat. Just let's get some chat going. Are we going to make a? Should we make a start? I want to go right. I want to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah,
and
go for
find, find out what got Ed into everything. Then we all know West Wales was back in the day was awesome. Not just for events, for parties, after parties. The scene down West Wales was buzzing. It was really, really, really good. So yeah, I want to know what got you into it, Ed, and tell us about your first sort of experiences.
I was busy in school, like all Helter Skelter, Dreamscape tapes, that sort of thing. And then I got my first set of decks, I think it was about 14. It was like 1999, something like that. So I played trance and hard house and that. Then progressed on to like the Euro hard trance and then the hard style about 2004. And 2003, 2004.
What was your first gig? Because I didn't even know that.
I think it was about 2002 when I was 16. And in the Sands, it was like a hard dance night on down there. And I was
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I probably first know you from, I don't know, I guess it would have been one of the early Breathe events, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were residents from Breathe West and Haverford West, weren't we? So
yeah,
that's probably when I first met you boys. I actually used to, I think the first time I met you was in the Night Owl, one of the 140 BPMs, I think it was, No Exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Yep and Stu Grady and that, like.
That's right, yeah. Go on, yeah. Yeah, so when because then there was Matisse after that one there, and that was when Kamal and Haverford West, they were massive for events, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, then a bit too much went on, it was like week in, week out, there was an event on, it sort of killed the buzz, don't it?
Yeah, but it's hard to imagine now that, back then, they were like in Carmarthen and Haverford West. They were venues every weekend with anything from 200 to 500 people on.
Yeah. And that's in West Wales. It's not even near. You understand if it was in Bristol or Birmingham or Cardiff. In a big city, but way down the sticks in West Wales, where the number of the population there is a lot less.
Yeah, it's all about the Night Owl, the waterfront and Matisse down right down there, and then obviously the waterside in Carmarthen then. But they were buzzing back in the day. Matisse was probably waterfront, and Matisse were probably my favourite.
Yeah,
Night Owl and Denby was good as well. That was like my home ground, isn't it?
Yeah,
they were all the good ones. What was the one that Joe Knight used to run in that barn? That was
Devil's Heaven, was it?
Devil's Heaven. Yeah. What was the venue called? It was like a converted barn, wasn't it?
I remember that. I can't think what it was called.
Oh, was it Hookers up in Newcastle?
Hookers, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Hookers. Yeah, that was it. Hookers.
Wasn't Darren Jones involved in that as well, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right. We got a serious question from Aaron. For Ed.
A good 10, I reckon, easy, like maybe more.
I think you're more than 10 in that book. That's
all right, what's Ed's full name? It's going to be Edward. Edmund
Matthew Leo Frick Turner Temple.
Say it slower so everyone can hear it.
Edmund Matthew Leo Frick Turner Temple. The Leo Frick and the Turner were like some mad, at the surnames that was passed on. Like, I don't know. Eddie T and Ed.
Well, what were your subjective names? Where did you get your DJ name from?
Ed, and then ET is my initials, but then it sounds like Ed ET. So yeah,
I get it.
I'm not phoning home like.
I didn't even know that.
Most people don't think it is to do with ET though. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, really?
I assume, I assume that. So, Ed, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it annoy you when people don't put a full stop between E and the T in your name?
It's probably a good 7.5 out of 10. Like. I've been called Ed Et. Oh, you're the EDET, you, and I'm like, no, Ed ET. Like.
I'm guilty of that. I think I'm guilty of
it doesn't really annoy me that much, like. But yeah.
So what?
Okay, when it's been EDET, and it's like Edet.
Edet.
Cool. Fucking hell, 2002. I wasn't even born.
The raw frames, you young man, you.
I know, making us look older.
Yeah.
Afternoon, Lee. All right, cool. This is bound to be a serious one. I which I use in your head. I like to use cream stuff.
Don't really use any moisture on my head, to be honest. Like, shiny enough out there.
Sounds like a question from like one of those those chat shows, when they talk about their medical problems and stuff. Just joke.
Yeah, thought you had to have a moustache to be on the live feed. That was a few weeks ago for anyone who thought that. I don't
a moustache, Dale.
Yeah,
the stream is still there if you want to go back and watch, boys and girls. It made me look ridiculous, but it was a very impressive moustache, I will say.
Yeah. You definitely stole the conversation.
It did, yeah, and still is.
Evan was allowed.
Easily a solid 99, possibly 120. We'll have to work out later.
Amazing.
Are you related?
No, I'm not. That's Rachel Roberts. That is. No,
I'm
not.
really, yeah. If it is, Rachel, you need to click that link so we can see your name, lovely.
Yeah. Can we go Christmas too?
That's one of mine and Aaron's old tracks. That is. Which one?
Okay, so what is your favorite track of all your tracks you've made?
Wow.
And while Ed's thinking, if anyone else wants to comment and let us know what their favorite tune is, that'd be good.
So yeah. The hard one, that is. Yeah, it's several. Is it the Reverse It? One of mine and Dave's ones. Black Hole, mine and Dave's ones. Yeah, check this out. One of my latest ones, Supernova, and then the K90 Red Snapper remix, probably. But that's a really hard question because I've probably made like 100, 200 tracks. So.
I think Black Hole is one of my faves, and Check It Out as well. I think they're my two faves. Yeah.
Reverse It seems to have been the one that everyone had preferred the most, like judging by all the stats on it. Like, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one ticks all the boxes. It's just a good party tune, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Supernova is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because it's just sounds so fresh, really original, and it is an original, So haven't heard the vocal before. Where was the vocal from? Splice or something?
No, it wasn't Splice. It was something else, some other pack that was like the stuff that you on Splice, but I can't remember what it was like. But the royalty free one. And it went well.
Yeah, considering it was such a cool vocal, I haven't heard it used anywhere else. But yeah I think that's my favorite, definitely. Cool. What we got from Chucky? She's been out with retinas on. Dale, we're up to episode 10 of the podcast now. Wow, incredible. Do you know what? Just because it's the start is so flat and it's going to end up being fantastic. Absolutely love the work you put into the podcast, and you've had some amazing guest mixes. Really loved Ed's mix this month. Fair play to him. Who are the best ads you've had on the podcast, and why is the answer?
You knew it was going to end.
I could tell straight away. I honestly haven't had a favorite. Yeah, I haven't had a favorite. And do you know what? One thing we've noticed, which I think is really cool, is all of the stats on all of the shows have been pretty consistent. And when we've gone back to look at them, there's been like pretty much the same gap between all of them. So I think we were half expecting maybe some of the more popular ones to maybe overtake one before it and stuff like that. And yeah, we haven't really seen that. So I think Nat's one maybe overtook the one before it. But other than that, all the numbers have been really consistent, which is great because I mean it just shows everyone's enjoying all of the mixes, and they all keep growing as well. So like the episode one keeps growing over time. They all keep growing over time, so it's great. I think we got new people discovering the podcast, and then people are maybe listening to the new one because they've just come across it, and then they go back to listen to 1, 2, 3, and so on. So. Yeah, I think they're all the, I like I said, I honestly haven't had a favorite. I've really enjoyed all the interviews as well. They've all been good. I really enjoyed all of these as well. It's a shame we didn't do this for the first few. So yeah, but what's your favorites, guys? Let us know what your favorites episode has been, what your favorite guest mix has been, your favorite interview. So yeah, let us know in the comments, because yeah, it's always good to know. And we're like, you know, we do always go back through the answers as well, and you know, maybe it influences guests we get going forward. One thing I'm really pleased about as well is we wanted to do this when we started. We set out and we said, right, you know, even though we're called HD UK, you know, we're not just going to do UK mixes. We are going to have foreign guests as well. But we did say to begin with, we wanted it to be, you know, we wanted to run with the UK thing as much as we could, because we just feel like, you know, maybe the UK doesn't get as much of a representation as elsewhere. So we really wanted to kind of showcase what the UK's got to offer. And 10 episodes in, and yeah, you know, like I said, we will be getting some foreign guests, but we don't feel like there's any rush to do it. And
yeah, we don't need to do it at the moment. So that's
no,
great.
I mean, we've showcased so much strong UK talent. Everyone we've had so far has been, you know, it's absolutely been well deserved. We've had them on the show, and I still think there's lots of UK names we haven't had yet, which we've got on our little hit list of people to get. I think, you know, there's still a lot of UK people we can have on here. So, and again, please let us know who you want on there. If we get, you know, you recommending someone maybe we haven't thought of, or maybe the same name keeps coming up, then obviously, you know, we will look to get those. So yeah, let us know who you want on the show, guys.
Cool. And there was one comment on, was it Apple? I think maybe an Apple Music. And the guy had commented saying how much he'd really liked the podcast. He'd only ever listened to, there was only one podcast for hard styles, which was the Keep the Rave Alive one. And then our podcast came along, and they're the two he listens to. And the comment contained things like he loved the variance of the show, so the sort of different genres going on, the quality of the whole show. And that's exactly what we were aiming for, is to have a really high quality show, but also to cover as many genres as we can throughout the show. So to have that kind of comment was brilliant. It really, you know, it really showed that we were doing the, you know, what we wanted to do and what we set out to do. So I was, yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, if you do listen on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, then you are able to review the show and leave a review and rate it. So if you can do that, we'd be really grateful, because I think on Apple Podcasts, the more shows get reviewed and rated, the more that helps us kind of reach more people. So yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, anyway, you see the podcast, if you can give us a bit of love, a like, a comment, or a share, it goes such a long way. So
yeah, it really does. Yeah,
appreciate all the support. Chill Tip, how old is that one, Ed?
Well, that was
good for you.
That was about 5 years ago, I think. Like,
yeah.
That was a good one. Everyone used to love that one. So yeah. Nice fun.
Mark Boston, Stolen Style. Show Ripper is the best tune I had, mate.
Yeah, because I made it with Mark, isn't it? Feel the Vibe. That was a good one as well. Pretty screechy. What's the screechiest tune you've done? Probably like 99.9% of them, probably the screechiest tracks I've done. You know? I can't even answer that one, to be honest.
Most of them. Ed, an international hardstyle DJ and producer. I know you've had a keen interest in cars and you're on the road a lot. Other than Dale, have you ever seen a middle-aged man?
No.
Brilliant question. Fantastic.
Yeah. Hello, whoever it is.
Hey guys.
Any opinions on up tempo?
To be honest.
Yeah. Any thoughts of making money? Ed?
What's that?
Any thoughts to making any up tempo hardcore?
I have actually, well, me and a couple of others did start making some, but we haven't really got around to finishing it at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, do you know, I think that's something I wouldn't say no to. I think that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like when we in mine and Jamie's J Trax's latest track, we put like a little French core section in there.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun making that. So
Yeah, works
Yeah.
really well, doesn't it?
yeah, and actually Mark and yeah, I think it was Mark Sarah, he said, why don't we do like a full up-tempo version of it? So yeah, that could be a good idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah.
Be a good idea. Any plans to have Juice on as a guest? Hope you guys are well, Avant. Yeah, if we can get him off the beach and off his
Yeah. You can drag him away from his tech house that he's loving now, you know?
Yeah, that's it. I think he's still living life on his surfboard in Bali at the moment. So yeah, that's a good shout as well for a guest. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get Gary on here at some point, definitely. What are you banned from, Sean? Ah, right, must be Facebook. That's why he's commenting as Odyssey.
Yeah.
What's next on the cards? Whether there's an event. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing at the moment, is there? You know, I was in. You know, I think there was potentially other events going to go on in the, you know, where Kidstock was held. So I think once Kidstock had one there, I think there was potential to do other events, so social distance events going forward. But with the extra local lockdowns that have come into play up north and of course down here as well, it's all been kicked out of touch now. So yeah, nothing.
Yeah, no idea.
It's crazy because I was thinking sort of the end of this year was going to be the start of getting back to normal, and now I don't even know if like the festival season next year is gonna. You know, if the big festivals didn't go ahead next year, I wouldn't be surprised. Or if they went ahead but with like a lot of restrictions, then
It's not looking very hopeful, is it?
no, I know. So yeah, what do you guys all think about it? I mean, it's I think no one really knows at the moment. It's literally just taking things month by month. But yeah, they did. I'm not seeing I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be a want for things to return to any kind of normality. Yeah, crazy. I think we could do a show just talking about that. So
that one subject. Yeah.
Maybe not go down that rabbit hole for now.
Yeah.
I've been on the list in a few years, hopefully still in production, we're getting it slowly. Yeah, stick at it, work hard, and I'm sure you could be. Would you ever consider doing a tune with Susan Boyle?
Susan Boyle, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Rick, click the link in the post above the video. I'm banned because I said okay. People are so sensitive now, aren't they? No one can take anything.
Is that supposed to be? Are you planning on being retrained as teachers? Is that what someone's asking there?
I think so.
Yeah. Training. Yeah. Get your we don't know who it is, guys. So make sure you when you first join in, there's a link there, so you can you can share your details, and then we can see who's asking. So at the moment we've got Facebook user, so I've got no idea where that's coming from.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, what do you both think about that? Because didn't someone say that anyone in the music industry should retrain?
Yeah, I've seen something about that. I've seen someone share it the other day.
That's ridiculous.
It is, yeah. I think, and it depends on what kind of level you're on. I think, the level I'm on, I'm fortunate enough to have a job and do this as a sideline. I think someone who is doing it as a permanent thing, and it's their main bread and butter, paying their mortgage, their bills, that's their job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get someone else to go out and just suddenly retrain and do something else.
Yeah, I saw someone make a really good comment saying it was someone like Fatboy Slim or so it might have been him or someone like that. But they said, when the banks failed. They got bailed out, and now the music industry is failing, and they're just saying, "Oh yeah, go find another job." We didn't say that to all the bankers. So
I think you're a great example, Lee, of kind of adjusting but still doing what you're doing. So you've got your DJ, your music production, and that side of things, and your sort of retraining, I suppose, is all the stuff you do, all the work you do on Fiverr. So that's still within your perfect area. Yeah. So I can see, I think that's a viable thing for someone to do. But telling a singer or a music producer or anyone like that to then be a postman or that's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. The only thing I absolutely don't agree with the comment. I think the comment was ridiculous. But the only thing I wouldn't even say agree with, because I don't want to say I agree with someone like that. But the only thing I think is, if you are in the music industry at the moment and you've been used to having an income from the music industry, and then all of a sudden you're having that income taken away for you, the only thing I would say is, like, don't just sit there waiting for things to fix themselves. Look at your skills, see what you can do. There are, if you've got skills, whether it's DJing, music production, even if you just even if you've managed to get a following and you've got a bunch of fans, there are ways to kind of monetize and find ways to kind of earn an income from what you're doing. And I think, the ones who sit back waiting for someone else to fix their problems, they'll be the ones who come unstuck first. I was chatting to Joey Riot about this in the week, and we were saying, you have got to look at your skills and see where you can kind of put your skills to work to, and there are ways, there's loads of ways. So yeah, so I kind of don't agree with the comment, but I do think people shouldn't sit back and
wait. Yeah.
There was I don't know where it came from, because I've seen a few people mention it in the past, but there's a thing that says you only need 1,000 fans, and I know most people want to be the next Fatboy Slim, Calvin Harris, and have millions of fans and millions of followers and stuff. But the reality is, most people will never get to that level, no matter how good you are, because there's just so many factors at play. It's not just about your skills. But there's a lot to say that if you've got 1,000 dedicated fans who will buy your T-shirt, who will buy a ticket to come and see you, obviously not at the moment, but people who will kind of invest in you and support you, buy your music, even just a pound on your latest release. If you've got 1,000 fans who are willing to do that, you can make a living off those 1,000 fans. So you don't need to be signed to a big label. You don't need millions of followers. You just need to have a good business head and be able to find you need to. It's all about give and take, and you gotta be able to give your fans something that they feel, oh well, I don't mind supporting them financially because what I'm getting is beneficial. So yeah, cool, good question. Yeah, I can. I got a question for Ian and Dale. How come you switched seats for the job? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I actually got a ban on Facebook from.
Is this a loaded question? Who's asked that?
I don't know. Maybe it's someone who knows. I actually I got banned. I got like a 30-day ban for saying something regarding. I won't go into what, but
don't go there.
Yeah, something going into the whole coronavirus sort of thing. So anyway, I got a ban for 30 days, but the ban was lifted immediately. And it said, actually, don't worry, you haven't had a warning before. We'll let you off. Everything's good. But I have lost. I can't sponsor any ads for 30 days, and I can't do any live videos. So Dale is hosting this, so maybe that's why we're swapped seats with it. Yeah. That was the answer to that. No restrictions down my way in the southwest. Now, is that because you've got no restrictions, or you just don't care about the restrictions? So yeah, I got to be honest. I don't ever watch TV. I don't really keep up with the news, so I'm literally just going about my day is normal, and if someone tells me otherwise, fair enough. But yeah.
I'll cheers, Sean.
He's
I'm
nice.
surprised you could spell that, to be honest.
Yeah. Ed, what are you missing more about gigs? Shout loudly. We're going to get a lot of.
We
By the
are.
way, just to let Ed know, this isn't unusual. The abuse. It's not you being singled out.
I'd say that question 1, 2, and 3 probably. Yeah, all 3 of those. Sound good in this current state.
All of the above.
Yeah.
You're missing out on all of those.
That first night out is going to be a crazy
Yeah,
one.
it's gonna be one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that. Edmund, have you
No, I never done that before. Like, yeah. Mark Jones started to play. I think I came like 15 cans on the way down, on the way back. I bought a pizza and I went to get a slice out of the box and I looked at I opened the box, nothing in there. It was face down on the car floor. Like.
Oh, well done, Yai. You've worked it out.
Good.
Awesome.
Crazy Harry. Hello. Ed, what got you into the music scene?
I've already,
Brilliant. It's gonna be a special-
Yeah. What?
Helter Skelter, Dreamscape tapes, that sort of thing, really.
Yeah.
Trance boom of the 90s. Yeah.
What about DJing, Ed? What made you want to start a DJ?
I don't know. I just bought decks and got into it.
Yeah. It was it's mad because like I know so many people who got into it through like the tape and CD packs. That was such a big thing, and yeah, we kind of I mean, is there like a modern equivalent? I guess people can share music online.
Yeah, it was even with the tape packs. I know a lot of people got into it from their older brothers or sisters and things like that.
They're borrowing tapes off other people and that, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. So I suppose it can still kind of happen.
Yeah.
If if the older brother or sister is playing a podcast or something, then I suppose the younger brother or sister could always download it or stream it. So I suppose the thing is still there, but I think it was just more physical before, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting. LETR in the van. He hasn't put the dot between the E and the T.
How angry are you now, Ed?
Yeah, he's winding him up.
I let him off this time. No, I haven't been on it. I'm tired, like.
Yeah, he's just angry because his name's not being pronounced properly. Whatever happened to the David from the famous duo David and Edward?
He's doing this thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's recently put out a couple of mixes, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's still going for it, man.
Yeah, still going for it.
This David thing.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah, I've actually talked about that a fair few times.
Yeah, we have. We've
last year, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got an idea for it. We've actually got a vocal ready. I've still got it, and I've been saving it, so it's ready to go. But I think with all the shit that's gone on, and
put everything on a back burner, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not one for really doing collabs online. I prefer to do them actually, get together and do it properly. So yeah, I think that's why it hasn't happened, just because of all this shit, and we haven't been able to travel and get together in the studio. So yeah, that'll definitely happen. The vocal is ready. It's a way too awesome vocal as well, and I can't believe no one else has used it. I'm not saying any more, but yeah, it's going to be good. Can't wait for that. She's question Ed, I'm running out of material. I'm sure every episode of this, Mark has probably got an A4 bit of paper with all his banter written down.
He's got a full notepad section on his phone. Yeah, I've seen it earlier. He's got 10 questions.
Yeah.
As an artist as talented and loud as yourself, must have exciting collaborations lined up. Other than the inevitable Seratones collab, what other artists are you looking forward to working with the most? That is quite a sensible question.
Yeah. Well, I've been working on with Mark E.G. That's been going on for some time because we're both extremely forgetful and useless at doing stuff like that. But yeah, that's in the process. Something coming up with MKN. Yeah, that's about it, really. Carly.
Are you allowed to say what genre you made with Mark? Was that a surprise?
Yeah, it's sort of like a reverse bassy size sort of thing. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a preview of that, and it's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's really good. So, well, how far are you? Have you done any more since what I've heard?
No, I've been waiting for him to send me the stems. I've really kept forgetting for the last 6 months. I finally got him about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on with it.
Cool.
Yeah, that was before COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in like February, I think.
Dale, when's the moustache making a comeback?
I've been there, done that, done it now. Don't need to do it again ever again in my life. Racy will be very happy to know.
Remember when I dropped some hard start at your techno event?
Who's that?
Who is that? Who's that? I can't think what that is. I don't know who it is. Get your name. You need to click the link. I don't know who it is. That's obviously someone who's played cool and obviously played hardstyle. I was probably very drunk, so I can't remember. No. Good question.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I've actually, but I'm not going to go into it.
End the conversation.
Remix of classics, but if I start saying them, then people look at that, will get amongst it and do them themselves. So
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
That was a great remix. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, really happy with how that one turned out. Like,
what's happening with that? Is it because did it get licensed or?
Yeah, Katsuki was trying to sub-license it with Amada, but they wanted like a big fee up front so we could do it instead of the standard split. Yeah. And then they just stopped replying to his email. So unfortunately, yeah, nothing's happening there.
That's crazy.
I'll probably give it away as a freebie in future. Like, I'm just gonna hammer it first and actually get to play it at a gig first.
Yeah.
That's the thing with them, releasing tunes. You want to keep yourself still out there, still making music, still releasing stuff, but then you can't play it anywhere.
No.
Which is
Katsuki did smashing it out. Practically, he played it. Well, I think he's played it about 12 times on his streams. Like, so pretty good.
I think Mark Seratone put a post up. I think it was this morning about someone playing one of the Seratone's tunes in Switzerland. I think it was. And at the very start of his status, he was like, "I'm so jealous of this," because not even they've been able to play out their own tune somewhere,
Yeah, I think that's another thing as well at the moment. Obviously, with no events going on, there's kind of no like urgency to finish music. There's no, normally you want to finish you're thinking of the gigs you got coming up. You're like, right, that's the first one I want to play it at. You're trying to get it finished for that date, and then you get the excitement of being able to drop it at that gig, and we haven't got that now. So I know for myself, I've got a couple of tracks that are already finished, and I've got some new bits, and I've definitely lost that kind of urgency to want to finish them, and
hard work, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because you're kind of waiting for something to happen, and then thinking, right. Like for example, if we got announced the gigs will be starting back up from the 1st of January, be right. You know what? I'm just going to get it ready for then, and then I can play it at my gigs. But yeah, without the gigs, there's that little bit of lack of motivation in there. Lack of. Are you feeling that, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been proper tough lately, like.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, strange one. Where are we with these? Oh, we've had that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to see the moustache, what episode? It was the Joey Riot episode, wasn't it?
It was the Joey Riot one, yeah.
Guys, just click on the video link in the HGK community, and you can go back through all the past live streams so you can watch them all. I think we're going to get these all uploaded to YouTube soon as well. So, yeah, and that reminds me, guys. Make sure you follow all our social medias for HDUK. So make sure you follow. We got the HDUK, we got the Facebook page, we got Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. YouTube we haven't done much with, but we're going to be uploading everything there soon. So make sure you go follow us there.
If you're listening on SoundCloud, then thank you. But
SoundCloud as well. Yes, of course, SoundCloud and Mixcloud as well. We're both of those places. You was female, not famous, bumping tune.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I'm sorry, lost track on that one.
Never tried, to be honest, and I wouldn't really want to. Paper left standing on it.
Depends on which size piece that you're talking about, doesn't it? You know?
Someone giving the Maltesers a go, but yeah, that's
Oh,
Hey.
that-
Yeah,
no. Is there any talk of some DT and DTR reunion sets?
yeah. We were actually planning something before this lockdown happened. So wasn't for West Best, it was for something else. But yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, do you know that we had some cool things on because like we had a few HUK arenas. You know, there was Adrenaline Stompers. Obviously, we had what else did we have? Dale, obviously there was Westfest. There was
Westfest Adrenaline the two Adrenaline Stompers.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
And we had some really cool like sets planned. Some cool back-to-backs that hadn't been done before. Which unfortunately now are being put on ice.
And then I think there were two others that we were in talks with as well. So there was
Same
a bit of stuff going on. There was that festival at the Chaos.
Yeah, that would have been good.
I think a lot of us were involved in that, and not just the festival, but the pre-parties as well. So there was, you know, this year was looking to be a really, really good year until it was all taken from under us.
Yeah, definitely. When are you going to collab with the AK-47? Yeah, cool. All right, Ryan, how's it going? So, yeah, so someone suggested this to us when Alex was on. Actually, we're both bang up for it. And again, I think what I said a minute ago. At the moment, like without the gigs, there's just that little bit of you know, there's almost like no kind of rush to do it. So we both definitely want to do it. Yeah, I guess if we do it now, because there's kind of no gigs coming up, it kind of spoils it a little bit. So yeah, it'll definitely happen. Yeah, when is a good question. I can't answer that at the moment, but hopefully in the next few months, definitely gonna happen though. Absolutely.
The one with Joey is that done yet?
Oh yeah, so the one with me and Joey, we're just bouncing that back and forth online now just to make the last few little I've given Joey the last few little tweaks to make. It's literally 99% done. It should be finished in the next week or two. So yeah, I think Joey will have news on what's happening with his album coming very soon. So
cool. Yeah, I did notice that you spelt. I guessed it was my name. Yeah, have to make it up to me after.
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Hey, the dog. Afternoon, mate.
It's up and coming. Producers like myself and others, have you considered making a hard sell pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yes to both of those. So this question is to go on. Let me
yeah, we have actually. Yeah, something is in the process with the sample pack. Tutorials. I have done a couple of little bits on Facebook before, but yeah, definitely something I can look into in the future, I think. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, I've been chatting with Ed and a couple of others. So yeah, the sample packs we're going to be doing soon. Yeah, tutorials is something I've always looked into, but the only reason I've never done it is because, just like the podcast, I don't want to rush into it. I don't want to do it properly, and it's not quite as simple as just grabbing a camera or screen capturing and doing it. There's a lot more involved in that. So to make it professional,
make it pro. Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to write it like not a full script, but you'd have to have some sort of plan, really, wouldn't you? So I can imagine it's not just pressing record; it's making sure your setup's right and you've got a plan of what you're going to do.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of options as well when it comes to software and how to do it. And like, do you just do a screen capture? Do you do a screen capture with a little picture of you in the corner? Do you just have the camera on you or on the screen? So yeah, there's loads of ways of doing it, and I'm just taking little baby steps towards it a little bit at a time, but I'd love to do it at some point. It's definitely on my to-do list. So yeah, cool. Ed, was the best tune you've heard in the last 2 hours?
Probably, yeah, the only track I've heard in the last 2 hours is Seratone's new one. So yeah, good question, Mark.
I tell you what, the sort of the free advertising Seratones gets on these things is just incredible.
Yeah, I love the way that the questions kind of force you into the.
Oh yeah, 100%, brilliant.
Yeah,
really good.
You make a good insurance salesman, Mark. Definitely.
Yeah.
Are there any new and exciting artists you've discovered recently?
Loads, absolutely loads. Listen to the podcast, Charlotte. The quality of the music we're finding when I'm going through new releases on hardstyle.com, and the tunes that we're finding there, and that we're putting on the podcast are just mind blowing. They're just so good. And these are, a lot of these artists are new sort of names. So yeah, there's just listen to the podcast. Shall we see?
Yeah, every episode we're always saying how come there are like names that we've never heard of before. It's like tunes that, I mean, these guys sound like they've been producing tunes for like 10 years with like awesome quality production, but are also unheard of, and these names are just popping up, all like new names popping up every episode. It's crazy. So yeah, and again, this is going back to something we want to do. I mean, we could just easily do a podcast and we could just stick Koblack, Tone Shifters, Destructive Tendency. We could just literally fill it with big tunes, big names. But that's something we've tried to avoid, and we actually limit ourselves to only having like 2-3 maximum big names on any one episode, because we really feel like the big names don't need a helping hand. They've got their audience already. They got tons of people on their social media, so it's really what we're trying to avoid. We're trying not to give them the limelight, and we'll give them, like I said, 2 or 3 of them on any one episode, but we really want to find new artists, or as well as new, just people who are maybe who've been doing it for a long time.
Working hard. People working hard, yeah.
But don't have that big, like 100,000, following to put all their tunes to. So that's a really important part of the podcast. So, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's been really good actually. With finding, been refreshing to do some different stuff, really. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah. Did you know what you wanted to do, Ed?
No.
The first one?
Yeah, it's sort of like can't really explain it. Just obviously I liked all the Dutch sounding stuff before anyway, and it's just like combining it all into one sort of thing, all the different bits I liked from all the different sub-genres, really. So yeah. Good learning curve.
Yeah, I think when me and Gary went our separate ways, and I found it really interesting to start writing music when I went solo, because I think up until that point I was always writing like Cali-induced tunes. So it was weird. I kind of didn't really realize that until we went our separate ways. Then all of a sudden I went to work on my first track and thought, hang on a minute, I can literally do whatever I want here, and there was more freedom. So it's interesting. But I've loved what Ed's done so far. I would also say I don't really think you've kind of pigeonholed yourself down to a particular sound, have you?
No.
I'd prefer that as well. I think it's really cool just to be more versatile and be able to kind of do anything. So
I was like checking lots of different bits off all different sub-genres in the same sort of tracks, like doing. There's no really set rule about it. Like it's just whatever's banging, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I really like that about hardstyle. Maybe the last sort of 12 to 18 months, maybe it's just been, there isn't one particular sound that everyone's playing. It's a mixture of all sorts of different stuff, which I think is really good.
Yeah, we've said that on previous shows, haven't we? Like, normally, like this year is the year of, you know, Euphoric, and this year is the year of Reverse Bass. And this seems to be like the first year, the past year seems to be the first year we've had that hasn't really been, it's more been a year of just freedom to do what you want. And I think there's been more variety in the music than ever the past year, which I'm a massive fan of. I've loved it. Not much to say there, Mad Dog. Loving the free promo on these, yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, yeah. It's Raw Frames. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, we've had conversations about it because well, I mean, we're both fans. We are both fans of the music, and like, I think your names come up loads of times on this as well before in the past, and like we're really impressed with you know, what you've done in the kind of space of time you've been doing it. And yeah, we can't. I remember we were listening to 2 of the tracks, and we're like, we so much want to play these, but they're really extreme.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone out there?
I think you're on the radar every month for us. Every month, I'm always looking to see what you're doing, what you're up to.
100%.
Yeah, it's just make some funky house, and maybe we'll.
Yeah, no, you're massively on the radar. I think if we've been doing events and stuff, you'd even be on the kind of radar for, you know, for a booking, because I think you know what you're doing, you're absolutely nailing. So
yeah, it's really fresh. I'm loving this stuff as well. Like,
yeah, definitely. It's just you're there. Actually, from the past 12 months, I'd say you're one of the people who's constantly on our radar, listening to your music, watching what you're doing. So yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't let it discourage you because you haven't had a track on the podcast yet. Like I said, they're literally absolutely insane. But okay, that's another good question. So who out there listening, who wants more extreme music on the podcast? Maybe we do need to have some more extreme music on the podcast. So yeah, let us know, guys. Yeah, I'm loving it. I think you guys you've come along with Seratones. You couldn't have timed it better. Well, you could have timed it better with regarding gigs. You know, regarding coming out with a fresh sound when there's just so much versatility with music. I think you've really come along at the right time. It's been perfect for you guys. So just a shame you haven't been. I really do think if we had all the gigs, I think you guys would have cleaned up. I think you'd have done so many gigs this year. I mean, we had you down for a few. We had you. You were doing Adrenaline Stompers. You were doing the festival with I can't think of the brand now. KKS. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you cleaned up on the gigs because you've just made so much noise. But yeah, just a shame for the gigs. But keep it up, guys, because I think as soon as all of this is over, I think you'll do really well with the gigs. As long as you haven't abused the crap out of everyone.
I haven't had any feelings.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many feelings. Yeah,
it's a good question, that is.
Good question. Yeah, talking about versatility.
Yeah, it was. Well, obviously the Ed tool now was like middle techno and like EDM, quite hard stuff on it. But I was thinking about recycling the name for a different genre. Yeah, so yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
because you played it cool a couple of times with EDM stuff. Yeah.
Would it still be for that same EDM and sort of techno? Or?
Nah, probably not. Like more trancey sort of stuff, probably.
I'm just going to pinch the name for it.
Yeah, maybe like a bit of EDM-y type stuff.
Yeah, EDM's a weird one because I feel like EDM
changed to what it was like when I was doing it then.
Yeah.
I feel like EDM though in the UK, EDM was like the thing that never happened. Like I know it was big on the festival circuit, but there was no club scene for it, was it?
No.
Just big in the festivals, definitely.
Yeah, it's weird. It just completely bypassed the clubs altogether. I mean, I'm sure abroad it's a thing, but over here it just it didn't really happen.
My highlight, probably, well, gigs wise, probably playing on the main stage of Art Classics on the beach in Holland.
That looks epic.
Yeah. That was pretty good. And obviously like Japan and stuff as well. Mental, like, over there. Totally
what about back in the day, Ed? What was there?
back in the day?
Yeah, was there a sort of set that really got you excited?
Any other ones in Matisse on the main stage, really, they were pretty special because our main room was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And full.
Can't really think of one in particular, but obviously like the main room Bionic sets as well. They were always class.
Yeah, definitely. And the last one as well.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah, mental like that was absolutely rambling.
Oh yeah, very, very good. Thank you. Mutilator guest list. Guest mix.
What's Mutilator?
Extreme Raw.
Oh, right.
Yeah, proper Extreme Raw.
Yeah.
Proper tough. Great stuff, brilliant stuff, but very extreme.
Have you given new producers a preview? Yeah, definitely. It's, all right, cool. I'm also going. Any new producers out there as well who want to send us music for the podcast? Please fire it over, because like I said, we're definitely looking to support as many new names as possible. So
yeah,
no worries, Mr. Sarah.
Yeah,
cool. All right, well, we've got a few minutes left. So any final questions? Any final comments? Anything final to say, Dale or Ed?
No, just thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you again for listening to the podcast. Thank you to Ed for being our guest this month. It was a great event. And interview was really good as well. It's nice. I really like the interviews. I think it's something that we've that I don't think anyone else is doing it.
No.
I think it's a nice touch that we've got each month. It's a bit more personal, I think. So you find out a little bit more about the artists.
Definitely.
And same with these chats as well. So yeah, great.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks for giving up your time on a Saturday, because I think this is our first weekend one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were all a little bit constrained with when we were all available, so this was the best time. So yeah, thanks for giving up a bit of time on your Saturday. So I think I think we're good. Well, guys, if you've only just joined us, we're coming to the end, so make sure you go back and watch the replay. Like I said, the replay will be in the HDK community. We're also going to get all these uploaded to YouTube very soon. Make sure you're following all our pages. If you see the podcast, if you see these, make sure you, if you can give us a bit of support, like, share, a comment, anything like that goes a long way. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. Thanks, Ed.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere, Ed. Once we finish, stop being live. Don't go anywhere. Stay where you are. And we can have a chat afterwards then.
Yeah. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And if you need some music to listen to for Saturday night, then go and check out episode 10 of the podcast. And I'm sure that'll be the perfect soundtrack to your Saturday night. So yeah. Thanks again, guys. Speak soon.
Cheers.
Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.
See you guys.